It is 2026 and Windows 11 is not all that good. They have been pushing lots of AI features while at the same time breaking basic functionality in recent updates. Adding to that, Windows 10 has lost support not that long ago, so people may want to start looking for an alternative. One that lets them use their computer for whatever they need, be it work or just playing some game. This is why today I want to have a look at the machine on the older side and see what we can expect by putting Linux on it. This is our configuration today. A 3rd Gen i5, 16GB of DDR3 RAM and a GTX 960 2GB. This is quite an old machine at this point and with a very low amount of VRAM, so let's put it to the test. Firstly, let's talk distros. There are lots and lots out there to choose from, but I went with EndeavourOS. It is based on Arch, by the way, which means we have easy access to the latest packages, and thanks to the AUR it's easy to install anything we could possibly need. After running through the installer, all I had to do was get the nvidia 580 drivers from the AUR, since our 900 series GPU is no longer supported by the latest drivers. Before we play anything though, one thing to know about Linux is that it doesn't run games natively most of the time. As such, we need a compatibility layer to actually get them running. And they can be quite complicated, but all we need to know for this video is that they act as a layer between our game and operating system, allowing it to run. When it comes to choosing a specific one, we do have a few options. There is Wine, which is the classic. Then there is also Valve's Proton, which is based on Wine but modified somewhat. And thirdly, GE Proton, which further adds a few more of its own features. It is also the one included by default in Heroic Games Launcher, so is the one we'll stick to today. A couple things should be mentioned. The performance here was bad by default, the reason seemingly being the poor VRAM management provided by nvidia's proprietary drivers, so I ended up using these two environment variables in an attempt to limit the video memory usage. The results after these will be written down separately. I also spun up a Windows install in order to see just how the games compare, so let's have a look at that. First up is Rollerdrome, a roller skating game with combat, which I chose because it's easy to run. However, as you can see here, the results on Linux are quite bad by default, where we get a 14 FPS average. Using these variables helped a lot here, shooting the frame rate up to 166 at 1080p, but Windows still ran the game a lot better. Next I tested Hades 1 and 2 at 1080p. They are some of my favorite games and once again on the lighter side. Despite the games already running well by default, the variables helped a bit in the first one, but then Windows once more gave noticeably better results. This is starting to form a pattern which unfortunately will persist. I wanted to keep it up with the games that are more easy to run, so I chose Hi-Fi Rush next. This one was exceptionally rough on Linux, being utterly unplayable at 1080p with and without the variables. Going down to 720p did yield better results, and finally on Windows this game ran without a sweat, at an average of 79 and 116 FPS respectively. Next up, since things seem pretty clear, let's just put on Power Wash Simulator 2, cause why not? The results here were at least a bit better, with Linux not actually lagging quite as far behind Windows compared to the other tests. What screwed us over though was that our lack of video memory causes the game to stutter a lot if you watch things too quickly. And finally, why not just throw Cyberpunk 2077 at it and see what happens? It is by far the most demanding game we have here today, and really not meant to be played quite on this tier of hardware. And that went about as well as I was expecting by now. Same pattern as before, but at least Windows at 720p seems to be quite playable. That is of course if around 30 FPS is enough for you. And while these were the tests, I was excited to see just how these would run, but I have to admit I am a bit disappointed. Now, I am quite new to Linux, so I have no idea if there was something really obvious that maybe I missed and would help here, so if you have any idea, please drop that in the comments. Thank you if you made it this far. Even though this didn't go exactly as I would expect, it was still a fun thing to do. I will see you next time and have a good one.